So obviously, you start at sitting where you're just looking at what we call proof of technology. Basically, you're still trying to verify whether or not this technology is suitable for the initiatives you're trying to deploy inside your organization, or you're just trying to understand what this XR stuff is at all. So a lot of times, it's a great time to get excitement around the organization, around the technology, being able to do demos of maybe off-the-shelf content, or have virtual reality meetings with headsets and just get people to get familiar with the technology. But it's a great space around, just getting a bit of that buy-in from the executive. And then inevitably people ask, well, what are we going to do with this thing? And that's where we start to move into the crawling stage with a proof of concept or a pilot. This is usually a time of where people can make a lot of mistakes, and it's an area where we love to be involved in. So with proof of concepts, and I'll talk a little bit about it in subsequent slides, you want to make sure that you're wrapping it around something that's actually got some tangible outcomes, which allows you to move towards starting to scale. And when we start to scale, we're looking at expanding beyond an initial pilot group, which may be a small group of maybe up to 10 to 20 people, depending upon the size of the organization, or maybe even a little bit more. But when you start to scale, you're starting to work out, okay, are we embedding this inside a particular division inside an organization? How embedded is this going to be inside the organization? A lot of times you'll find that folks will have headsets attached to maybe guest Wi-Fi accounts because they're still trying to work out the IT challenges. And that's definitely in that walking stage. You start to look at the areas beyond just the technology itself. So how is this going to work with our existing curriculum? How is this going to work with other parts of the business? And definitely trying to find a division that's the technology is going to be most impactful to start that scaling process. So you can then look at those successes and utilize that. So you move into the running stage where you're looking at more content and more users, more divisions inside the organizations. The challenge you'll always find once you start to open this Pandora's box is once people experience content, they're always asking for more. And that's where we're able to assist you with that process and ensuring that the content you have is of level of quality. And also the data and analytics are able to inform you as you start to grow. And then you start to find things where you may actually start changing your entire process of how you actually deliver training, but then not only training. So when you start to move into your own VR culture as we're flying, you start to see things like where recruitment's affected by immersive technology, or communications, or other parts of the organization, marketing as well, events, etc. So once you move into that VR culture, you're fundamentally changing a lot of the parts of the organization, and they're being affected by the technology. But then you're also seeing tangible return on investment and other elements which can see that. So looking at the results, we've got a lot of folks that are crawling, which is great to see. And walking. So it's good to see we've got people already on the journey, and I'd love to sort of understand more about what those are. And happy to discuss any of the challenges you are having. But yeah, you can see it's definitely a process, and I've been lucky enough to be involved up until the running stage. I don't think there's many organizations that have their own VR culture. It's still limitations on the technology, as well as obviously the process of going through this as well.